If you're trying to make a product demo, conventional wisdom might tell you that you need to walk through every feature, every setting, every configuration so that people know how much is possible with your software. But talk to anyone who's built a product demo that actually converts, and they'll tell you that the opposite is true. Showing less to the buyer is what actually leads to a higher conversion rate. So in this video, I'm going to break down what makes an effective product demo, and I'm going to do it by showing you 3 real examples. One for onboarding, one for sales, and one for marketing. Then I'll show you how to build one yourself step by step and where to put it so that it actually drives revenue. Now, before we build anything, we need to understand why most product demos fail. And it comes down to one simple thing, and that's cramming. You're so proud of the product that you built, you just want to show people everything that's possible with your tool. But because you want to show them everything that it does, you actually end up showing them nothing. Now, every demo I'm about to show you does these 3 things really well. It starts with the familiar, it jumps straight to the aha moment, and it shows the outcome. Let's break each one down looking at an example. Okay, so rule 1, start with the familiar. Don't drop someone into a screen with all of the bells and whistles imaginable. It's disorienting. Start where their world is, and then show them how you make that world better. All right, so here's a great example. This is a company called Bike Rent Manager. It's a platform for bike repair shops, rentals, repairs, buying bikes. Now, this demo was built by Gary, who's their COO. And when a new user signs up, they're dropped immediately into this product demo.
This video is an overview of how your store will look after setup during your trial period. This is the first page you will see. The screen is split into 2 parts, the main body on the right and your dashboard.
So see how it starts them at the trial page, because that's what they're filling out right before they get to this demo. So they're at the point where they understand where they are because they're looking at the trial page. Then it drops them right into this, which is their main dashboard page. And it looks exactly the way it's going to look when the person signs up. It tells them this is exactly what you're going to see, and this is exactly what you have to do next. And this beats an empty dashboard 10 out of 10 times. All right, now rule 2, skip the setup and jump straight to the aha moment. Every product has one moment where the value of it really clicks for a user, and you need to show them that. But the problem is that the aha moment usually comes after a ton of setup and configuration, and it might take 10 minutes to show all of those steps in a demo. You can't do that because you're going to lose them. Instead, lead with the aha moment. All right, so here's the example I want to show you, and it's Kuma Agents. Now, Kuma is an ad tech platform, and Benito, who built the demo I'm about to show you, was replacing the 45-minute discovery call that they used to always have to do with people that were signing up. When you scroll through the homepage, you see this fun little animation, and then you get to the actual demo.
Welcome to Kuma Agents. In this video, we'll give you a quick overview of the app, highlighting its key benefits and features. Let's get started. This is your agency HQ. Instead of drowning in tabs, Kuma surfaces ad accounts that need attention. One client, multiple channels. Configure a dedicated profile for each client and link their Google, Meta, and Microsoft accounts together. Get a holistic view of their health in one place. In a client, don't dig through data. Our AI writes a plain English performance report telling you exactly what moved. We catch what you miss and recommend actions to solve your problems, from wasted spend to rank loss directly as an inbox.
So instead of booking a meeting, the prospects are getting a demo up front of the core aha features of Kuma. They can see right away how the agents work to optimize their ad account setup. And they don't have to sit through a 45-minute discovery call to see that point. They're looking at it on their homepage. Okay, so rule 3, show them the outcome. This is the actual result that they'll get if they use your product. Don't show them buttons and where to click. Show them the actual outcome. And why does this work? It's because, like any salesperson will tell you, people buy outcomes, not features. Now, the third example, Mackenzie, nails this. They sell complex mining and market data, which I don't understand in the slightest, but it's the kind of product that is easy to be overwhelming. But Melissa, their product marketing manager, built this demo to be the last mile of the buying experience. Let's look at this demo.
Lens Direct is Wood Mackenzie's data delivery service. Select the data you need, whether it's asset-level detail, supply-demand forecasts, or macroeconomic context. Use filters to narrow your view by commodity type, country, or market outlook, so you're only working with the data that's relevant to your decision. Once you've found the right data set, export it straight into your existing workflow. Whether that's Excel, Power BI, or a proprietary system, the data lands exactly where you need it. Lens doesn't stop at raw data. Reports and analysis brings you Wood Mackenzie's expert market intelligence in the same platform. Drill into metals and mining specifically.
They show the outcome that their buyers care about, and that's exporting data and accessing insights. Now, all three of those were interactive demos, and that was intentional. You can do a live demo. Those are great for enterprise sales, but they're not scalable, and they're also high risk if something breaks. Recorded videos are easy to make and share, but they make the viewer a passive participant in the experience. People will also skim through them. Static screenshots or sales PDFs are obviously scalable, but they're boring and very forgettable. Now, interactive demos sit in a sweet spot. They let people click through the product themselves. They're scalable because you can send them an indefinite amount of times, but they're also measurable because they have analytics on who watches them and what point they drop off at. That's why in 2026, they become the default use case for most websites, sales follow-ups, and onboarding tracks. And it's what I'd recommend for almost everything we're about to build. Okay, so let's build one in 4 steps. Step 1, make a plan, and do so by answering these 2 questions. Where's it gonna live? And what job is it accomplishing? An interactive product demo you put on your homepage does a very different job from a demo you send in a post-sales follow-up email. Then pick the 1 to 2 features you want to share in the demo. Don't do any more than that because you're going to overwhelm someone. And aim for it to be between 6 and 10 steps to get there. If you go past that, people are way more likely to drop off and not get to the CTA at the end. Step 2, capture. Record the workflow you planned. With an interactive demo tool, you just click record, you click through the product that you're trying to show, and then each click becomes a step automatically. Step 3, write. This is where most demos can fall apart if people don't have an eye for detail. Don't narrate what you see on screen. People can already see it. Write your annotations around the benefit that that step is providing. What does this particular step do for them that is getting them closer to solving the problem that they're here for? Now, you can use AI to speed up this step, but always double check it to make sure that it's getting to that goal. Step 4, polish. Blur sensitive data. Add a zoom or 2, but do so sparingly because it'll be disorienting if it keeps zooming in on everything. And break it into chapters if there are distinct sections that you want to show. And always cut steps that don't get them to that aha moment. Like I said earlier, shorter and sharper demos beat longer and more comprehensive demos 10 times out of 10. Now for the part that most people skip. A demo is an asset that you can reuse everywhere. You can embed it on your homepage. You can send it as a sales leave behind. You can also drop it in onboarding flows or help docs. You can also make several demos and bundle them into a collection or a demo hub that is then given to someone if they want a full interactive walkthrough of how your platform works. And one quick rule, don't gate your demo. Let people start playing with it immediately. And if you do want to put a lead form to capture that information, put it at the end, or if you have to, put it in the middle so that people can advance, but only do that if there's something really valuable that they want to see after filling out that form. The whole idea of an interactive product demo is to give people the value, to show them how your product works so that they want to sign up or talk to you. Okay, so now after you distribute this and people are actually interacting with the demo that you created, it's time to measure and improve it. Because you made it, but you actually don't know how good it is until the rubber meets the road. So review the analytics of your demo. Look at where sessions drop off. If they're dropping off at step 4, look at step 3. What preceded that? Was it engaging enough? Was it not clear? Figure out how to fix it. Or if the page that it's on gets traffic, but your demo doesn't get clicks, that means the call to action probably needs some work. Treat the demo as a living asset that you can improve over time to get more juice out of it. So that's it. A product demo that converts does 3 things. It starts with the familiar, it jumps to the aha moment, and then it shows the outcome. Plan it around one job, keep it short, deploy it everywhere, and don't gate it if you can help it. Now, if you want to build an interactive demo yourself, you can do so for free by signing up for Supademo, where the link is in the description. And if you want to see how SaaS teams are using demos across the funnel, watch this video on your screen next.